She clinging. She clings to them. She clings to dry patches. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, she's clingy. Hi you guys, welcome back to the Clean Beauty Code. I am so excited for today because today we're talking all about clean beauty skin tints, and skin tints really have taken like a ride. They've taken a wild ride the last 2 years, and they really are kind of the forefront of things that people are wanting to use. Not everyone, but a lot of people like kind of that skin tint, that lightweight makeup look, but still some coverage. And I feel like as we're moving forward, I mean, I feel like the beginning of 2021, first of all, nightmare. Year was rough, but besides that, beginning of 2021, I feel like I tried so many skin tints. So I kind of wanted to do a roundup of all the ones I tried nearing the end of this year, because it's almost December. It actually might be December when this comes out, which is wild. So I thought it would be fun to do kind of a culmination, a collection of clean beauty skin tints review, and kind of talk about each of them comparably to each other, and, you know, at the end kind of round up which one is my favorite, which one I think would be best for this and that. And I feel like this will be a really fun video. I love personally skin tints, like those are my faves. I'm a big foundation girl too, but I feel like in general, when it comes to like coverage and what looks best on my skin personally, it's something that isn't necessarily as high coverage. So yeah, anyways, I just want to jump in and get started because I've been rambling on for too long. So if you're excited for this video and more videos like this, then please like and subscribe. If there are also any other collection videos that you want to see, if you want to see a specific like highlighter video, or you want to see concealer, or you want me to do a new roundup of, I don't know, blushes, something like that, let me know down below. And without further ado, let's jump into this Clean Beauty Skin Tint Collection video. You know what, I've actually talked about this, the most recent. So this is the, what is this? The Tower 28 Sunny Days Broad Spectrum SPF 30 Tinted Sunscreen. This is really, really, like, I was really excited for it to come out, and I know a lot of people were too. So the shade I wear in this is the shade 45 Silver Lake, and I just want to show you. So this is kind of more of a liquid-y formula. As you can see, it kind of drips down. So this is the shade, again, 45 Silver Lake, and I'm just gonna kind of swatch it here for you so that you can see. It's not super warm. It's more, I feel like this is a little bit more neutral, neutral warm. It looks, so that's actually the one I'm wearing on my face today. I feel like it looks really good. It's a really nice match. And what I like about this, not only is it mineral sunscreen, which I really, really enjoy as well, and I know a lot of people, it's important that something is a mineral sunscreen. Not only is that great, but it has like a nice consistency. A lot of the time, I feel like in past years, not like in recent years, mineral sunscreens are something that I feel like a lot of the time have like texture. Also, if I'm really nasally right now because I have a little bit of a cold that I'm coming off of, but they're a little bit more textured. I feel like they're a little bit thicker. I feel like they didn't really melt into the skin. This melts into the skin. You can see, I mean, this is lightweight. It's really, really nice. I would say that this has like a dewy finish, but it's not super, super dewy. I feel like I have other ones that I'm going to talk about today that have a lot more dew to them. But this gives like a really pretty finish to the skin. I feel like it's really good for every day. I feel like it's really good. I've even worn it like out if I'm going to like grab dinner or like hang out with friends. I've worn it and I've been really happy with the way it looks. I don't feel like I get flashback in pictures, which I feel like is really important with SPF. Like, sometimes you just get like hella flashback. You don't get flashback with this, which is really nice. The consistency is really nice. It melts into the skin. So I'm gonna kind of just show you what it looks like when I blend it out. It just has like the prettiest glow to the face. By the end of the day, I am a little bit more dewy, but I like that. I like that really dewy, healthy, youthful glow to my skin, especially as I'm getting older. I feel like that's really, really nice. And I know a lot of people are like, well, why would I have SPF in my foundation if I'm just gonna put SPF on? It's all personal preference. To me, it doesn't make a difference if it does or doesn't. I prefer for it to have it just because, I don't know, sometimes when you're just slapping on foundation, it's nice to have that. Not all the time do you like remember to put sunscreen on. I try really hard to wear sunscreen every day, but it's nice to just have that extra boost, that extra layer of SPF. For my daily SPF, 30 is definitely a little too I don't know, it's not enough SPF for me. At least like I want to go a little bit higher with my SPF, but I think that this is really, really great. I like it a lot. Again, no flashback, really, really pretty, photographs really nicely. And I feel like it just, I don't know, my skin looks beautiful. I really recommend this if you're the type of person that likes lightweight makeup but still wants some coverage. This definitely gives me some coverage. I definitely, if you can see here, I definitely put some hyperpigmentation here. I have a little bit here, and I definitely on the sides of my face have some hyperpigmentation that I'm kind of coming off of, and this definitely like tones it down. It's not full coverage by any means. I would say it's like light to medium coverage, buildable, but not as buildable as some. I mean, I feel like more light to medium. Okay, I'm getting a little crazy. I don't know about medium, but like light to medium. This is really, really good. I like the way that my skin looks. I mean, you guys have to tell me what you think. Really, really pretty. Great shade match too. Huge fan. Okay, next we're gonna be moving on to the Say Beauty Skin Tints. Now, I have 2 shades in this. I have the shade 5 and the shade 6. Since I've gotten them, they've come out with like a 5.5. So if you're my complexion, that might be a better match because it's in between the 2 of these. But this is definitely comparably to this, very different for a couple of reasons. This is also a mineral sunscreen. And let me just show you the consistency. So this is the shade 6. I'm gonna swatch both on the back of my hand. Shade 6 is here. So this is definitely a little bit, I don't know, this works for me in like high summer. It's definitely a little dark, but sometimes I just want my skin to look healthy, and this is like a good one for that. And then this is shade 5. So you can see here, they're definitely different, but they are really, really nice. So the consistency of this, if you could tell, wasn't as drippy. It's more like a cream. If you've ever used the Laura Mercier, oh my god, tinted moisturizer, this is really, really similar. I would say if you're looking for a dupe for that, out of all of the skin tints I'm going to talk about today, this is definitely the most like that. And I feel like when I wear this, I've worn them side by side and I've been like, yeah, they give me the same thing. So the SPF in this is 35, and I don't know, I really, really enjoy this. This just like melts into the skin, but in terms of coverage, this definitely gives me, I would say, the most coverage out of these 2, if I'm comparing the 2. The undertones in this, I like that they've expanded it. I think although skin tints don't have to be a perfect match, with skin tints, with something that's more lightweight, the undertone, I would say, is the most important thing, at least for me, and I feel like a lot of people say that. It just, if you have the right undertone, you can kind of get away with, you know, something that isn't a perfect match because it's more lightweight. And I would say with this, it's definitely like that. This can definitely be more medium. I would not say that this can go full coverage at all, but this is definitely medium coverage, light to medium coverage, definitely buildable. This layers really nicely. I really, really like the way that this makes my skin look. It gives me like, if you've used the Laura Mercier set, like tinted moisturizers, it gives me a really, really similar look to the skin. A little bit of dew, a little bit more natural, not super, super dewy, not super, super matte. It's kind of like that perfect satin natural finish. I really, really like this. I'm gonna kind of blend them out so that you can kind of see the way that the finish is. So you can kind of see it definitely has some dew, but once it kind of sets up, and kind of settles into the skin, I don't find that this is very, it's not super dewy. Again, I would say this is more dewy, and I have other products I'm talking about later in this video that are more dewy, but this is really, really nice. If you're the type of person that wants a little bit more SPF than this one here, you want something that's a little bit more buildable than this one here, this is a great option. And the shade range is definitely gotten, I mean, I like the shade range originally because it really hit kind of everything that you needed in the sense of like it, you know, the mediums, the lights, and the darks. I'm happy that they expanded it because I think all shade ranges can be like improved. But this is really, really nice. I like it a lot. And again, I definitely grab it a lot if I'm picking between the 2, if I'm picking my favorite. Right now, my favorite is this one. This is newer to me though, so I just like the consistency of this. I like something that's a little bit more lightweight, but if I want something that's a little bit more full coverage, I'm definitely going here. I like them both a lot. Both great mineral sunscreens. I feel like they're not thick, they're not heavy, they're not grainy, which I feel like a lot of the time, again, like I said before, mineral sunscreens can be like, girl, why are you so grainy? This does not have that. These are like really, really good. I like them a lot, and I like the shade range. All right, we're moving on to the next one. Okay, next, let's move on to this. Yeah, let's move on to this. So this is the Arrive. I've talked about this like a million years ago. I feel like at the beginning of this year, actually, I talked about that. The Arrive Beauty Skin Boost Skin Tint. I really, really like this. So the shade I wear in this is tan. And I would say this is the one where I'm like, I really hope the shade range expands. Actually, you know what? Let me look it up right now if they've expanded since I've ordered this. Because I feel like I don't know, they need more undertone options. It just kind of, I don't know, I feel like you need more options than just no. So they haven't. So this I actually really like though. So the shade tan I feel like could be a little bit better. I need more undertones. Like this is very warm, and this works for me in summer, but when I'm just wearing it like now, it just doesn't work for my complexion, and I don't really have a good other match in it. I could mix two, but I feel like the shade range options are very, I don't know. So I'm the middle shade here, if you can tell, and then it kind of goes very drastic either way. I feel like it would be nice to have a few more options, but the finish of this is really, really nice. Now, none of the ones I've talked about prior kind of cling to dry patches at all, and I would say the same for this one. This one kind of goes over dry patches really, really easily. This does not have SPF in it, so if that's important to you, this might not be the one for you, but I would definitely say that this is a really nice medium coverage, and has a really beautiful finish to the skin. It's not super dewy, but it has, I would say it's like natural dewy. I don't know what that is, but I feel like it's natural dewy. As you can see, I've like spread it out. It's more natural, more satin maybe than the other ones. This is definitely a really, really nice wear all day product. The consistency, I don't know, it's very, it almost feels moussey, but not really. Like when you blend it out, it almost feels moussey. It almost has like a slight, almost powdery feel to it, but it's not a powder finish at all. This is really, really nice. I like this a lot. I like wearing this, like just slapping it on and go, like getting out the door. This definitely has more coverage than the other ones, I would say. I mean, this one, I would say maybe these are comparable if you build this up a little bit, but this has like a really nice finish. Again, I just wish the shade range was a little bit better, and I do kind of wish maybe it had SPF. But this is really nice. I highly recommend this. And although the tube looks small, I feel like a little bit of this goes a long way. So like you're not gonna run out of it really quickly. At least I haven't. It's really, really nice. I like it a lot. And I really like their bronzer. So if you if you're like curious about this brand, their bronzer is really, really nice. And I really enjoy it. I feel like it just sits on the skin, melts in really like easily. I would say consistency wise, the bronzer is similar to the LYS Beauty one, which I love, the Ilia one, which I love. They just kind of melt into the skin, and I prefer a powder bronzer over a cream one year round. I love a cream one in summer, but for me, year round, I really like a powder one. It just, I don't know, it just sits. I don't wear a lot of powders on my face. Like that's one of the ones that I like grab a lot and I love. So definitely check out Arrive Beauty. They're really, really good. All right, next. All right, what's next? All right, you know what? Let's do this one next. So next we're gonna talk about the Ami Collet Skin Tint. So I was really excited when this brand launched. So I don't know if you know this, but Ami Collet was started by someone who used to work at Glossier, and they kind of focus more on the darker skin tones, but I really, really like their product. So if you have a match in this product, definitely go for it. So I have the lightest shade, which is medium 2, I believe. Yeah, medium 2 and medium 1. So I'm gonna swatch these for you. I have the 2 lightest shade options. Yeah, so medium 1 is the darker of the 2. And then I have medium, here we go. And then I have medium 2, which is the lighter of the 2. So you can see here, I don't know if you can see, yeah. So you have the lighter and the darker. And this is one, I'm really impressed by this. So this also does not have sunscreen in it. So if that's important to you, this might not be the product to go for. But this is so pretty. If you're the type of person that loves glass skin, so you can see. So I actually like to use both of these. Sometimes I just use one. I like to mix them together. They're just really, really pretty. Look at that. just like the prettiest finish to the skin. Dewy, a little bit more cream style than the Tower 28. So it's more similar in consistency to the Say Beauty one or even the Laura Mercier one. It just blends into the skin so pretty. Again, I wouldn't say it's super dewy, but it definitely has like a good amount of dew. Again, glass-like looking skin. But it's not, I don't know, it doesn't make you look wet. I don't know how to explain it. It just makes you look healthy and youthful. It's so pretty. Genuinely obsessed with this. I've used this in a ton of getting ready videos. In my most recent one, I believe it was my holiday makeup look and also my everyday makeup look, I've used this. So you can kind of see it in action there, but these are so, so pretty. The colors are beautiful, as you can see. Again, they kind of skew to kind of the skin tones that are usually missed a lot of the time. So any of the darker skin tones, but they do have a lighter one, which is the medium one, which might fit a lot of lighter skin tones. But this is really, really good. If I would say, if I had to grab one of the two, I would go with the darker one over the lighter one for me, just because it matches my skin tone really, really well, especially in summer. And it gives me a really healthy look to the skin, if that makes sense. And I really, if I had a preference between the two, I do hope they expand their shade range to kind of do in-between these shades, but I really, really like this. This is so, so good. And I'm also doing an Ami Collet brand review. I got their mascara. I've been testing it out, and so that video is coming really soon. It actually might be before this. Maybe before or after this. I don't really know what order I'm going to upload the videos in, but really, really like this. I highly recommend this a lot. Okay, next. All right, next I'm going to talk about this one. So this is the Bite Beauty Changemaker what is this? Micellar foundation. I've talked about this, I feel like a million years ago, but I'm going to talk about it now because I feel like this is more on the tint side. Okay, here we go. So this is the Changemaker foundation. I feel like the finish of, or the feeling of this is a little bit more whipped than the other ones. I don't know. I feel like that is kind of the consistency I get from this. So this is the Changemaker foundation. Have I been saying the shade numbers I am in this? I think I have. I am the shade in this T100, and this is definitely not a great match for me. I mean, I can make it work, but it's not a perfect match. It's definitely warm, but I was having a hard time with their shade range finding a good match, but I really, really like this product. So this, again, doesn't have SPF in it, but I feel like it has a really nice consistency and finish. It has a little bit more coverage, I would say, than the other ones. It may be more similar to the Arrive and the Say, but this is really nice. So this can go lightweight, or it can go, you can kind of build it to be more medium coverage. I wouldn't say you can like kind of take it to be full coverage, because it definitely has slip to it, and I feel like anything that has slip to it fades, and this one, what I would say out of all of them, kind of fades a little bit quicker. Not by a lot, not so much that I'm like I hate this or I don't like this at all. It's still a really beautiful product. I like the finish a lot. You get dew here. Like, this is definitely more dewy. I mean, you can just see the dew. I hope you can see just the shine that you get, and the consistency is definitely a little bit more, it's like liquidy, but it's not like liquidy like this one that kind of has drip. This wears really, really nice. I like the way it wears throughout the day. Again, it fades a little bit quicker, I would say, than some of the other ones, but not so significantly. I really do enjoy this. I feel like the coverage is really nice. I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but the coverage is really nice with this one. It doesn't get, like, applies really nicely. It doesn't, like, get streaky, I don't find. I feel like when this came out, everyone was obsessed with this. It's really, really good. I definitely recommend this. Again, I'm shade, what am I? T100 in this, and I don't know if they've come out with more shades since I've gotten them, but if there's more shades that kind of are, because I feel like it was T100 and then T100 and, I don't know, 101 or something like that, and this is the one I went with because I don't like stuff that's too neutral. It looks super pink on me. This is really good. Highly recommend. Really nice option. Again, if I had to pick between the ones I've mentioned so far, if I had to like compare this to the other ones, this isn't going to be my favorite at the top of the list, but it's still really good. And if you've been curious about this, this really has a nice finish to the skin. I feel like it makes my skin feel and look really healthy. It doesn't feel cakey. I feel like these all so far don't really settle into my lines that I get on my face. If you get lines here, I would say the one that settles the most would be the Bite Beauty one, but they're all really, really nice so far. Really like these. Okay, next. you know what, let's talk about this one next. So this is the Milk Makeup Skin Tint. Now, I just want to say with this one, to begin with, wait, first this is Broad Spectrum SPF 30. But I just want to say with this one, you get no product in this. And I just, the amount of product that you get like literally offended me. So also this ball at the top, you would think moves. It does not. So that's another thing that kind of bugged me about this. So you pump it out, and then I'm going to apply it to the back of my hand here. So again, this is SPF 30. And I would say, what shade am I in this? Medium tan. And you can kind of see this is definitely super dewy. So I would say that you can kind of get medium coverage out of this one. But it has a very, very strong sunscreen smell. Like even just like right here, I can smell it. It's very strong. I would say that this doesn't have as liquidy of a consistency. It's definitely thicker. Like if I were to compare it to this has like almost like a thicker feeling, but when it melts into the skin, so it doesn't feel heavy on the skin, but like when I'm touching it, comparably to the other ones, it definitely has like a more thick consistency and thick feeling. This shade, medium tan, is decent. It's not a great match for me, but it's pretty good. I mean, I can make it work. And I feel like throughout the day, I definitely, this is like you might have been above a fryer, like might have been frying some french fries or something like that. You get like some good amount of grease, but it's not so much that it bothers me, but it's like, if you have oily skin, I don't know if I would recommend this one out of all of them, just because I do feel like you get the dew more so towards the end of the day when it applies. As you can see, it's not super crazy dewy like some of the other ones, but I feel like it dews up, especially in the heat, which I feel like is, I don't know, I feel like a lot of the time with SPF, that's like when you're wearing the SPF, right, when it's hot out. So not always. I mean, you should be wearing SPF year round. If you're not wearing SPF year round, girl, what are you doing? You need to do it. It's how you're gonna age more gracefully. And also just like a million other reasons, but this is really nice. I do enjoy it. I do feel like the scent is so strong. And I feel like out of all of them, this isn't my favorite, but I do enjoy it. I just feel like with the amount of products you get, with the price that this is, I think this is like $42 or something like that. And like, I just don't think this is enough product. And the container itself is kind of wax city. Like the ball doesn't move and you have to press it out and then like roll it onto your face, but it doesn't roll. I don't know. The container itself kind of, again, whack attack. The amount of product you get, whack attack, but the finish of this is really nice, but I just don't, I like it, but I'm out of all of these, this is like one I would recommend the least of the ones we've talked about so far, because I just feel like the bang for your buck isn't there. The component is kind of a pain in the butt, and there's other incredible ones that give you what this gives you at a better price and also at a less weird component. But the good thing about this is they have a replaceable cartridge here, so you can replace the cartridgey thing, but I don't know. It's all up to your preference, but it is really, it does give my skin a nice finish, but I just don't know if, when you're looking at all of these comparably, if it's worth it. Okay, next let's move on to drippy ones. So first things first, we got the Kosas one. So this, I'm gonna shake this one up. There we go. And the shade I wear in this is 07, and I feel like they've released more shades, but I still feel like this is a good match for me. And this is definitely, oh geez, you see how much like drippy it is? Girl. So this is the drippiest, I would say, out of all the ones we've talked about so far. And this one, I feel like, so this is an oil, I mean, I have a whole review on this. So this is an oil base. No SPF, but this is an oil base. So this is a tinted oil, basically. And this I found so interesting when it came out, because like in my head, I was like, okay, tinted oil, yeah, we'll see. But this is actually has a really, really nice coverage. Like when you think oil, you think like slipping all over the face. But I feel like once it kind of sets up, it does not have like a really, really aggressively dewy finish. It's really, really nice. And the shade is a really nice match. I like the way that this sits on the face. I like the way that this sets up. But if you have dry patches, girl, she clinging. She clings to them. She clings to dry patches. That's all I'm going to say. Like, she's clingy. She just is. She just is. But it's nice. Like, look at that. The coverage is nice. The way that it wears is really nice. This is just not what I'm grabbing when I have dry patches, but I really, really, really like this. And I feel like this was one of the first ones to kind of really, I don't know, not the first ones, but I feel like this was like kind of the first like tint to start the tint revolution that like came out, because everyone like has been, oh my god, I'm so nasally right now, I'm so sorry. This like really came out and I feel like started the rush of it all. This is really nice. I really like the finish of it. I like the way that it wears. I feel like whenever I wear this, I get so many compliments on how like healthy my skin looks. And although it's an oil, I don't feel like I get more oily, because for me, when I'm wearing, like when my skin's super hydrated and I'm using oil to hydrate my skin, I get less oily because I'm kind of balancing what my skin needs. This is really, really nice. I like it a lot. And again, this tone, oh my god, this shade is a good match for me. I really enjoy it. And if you've been curious about this, I would definitely recommend checking it out. Like, I know a lot of other people, like I have friends that use it and really enjoy it, and I would wear this out at night. Like, I don't know, I just feel like it just looks good. Like, you want to look youthful and like dewy and cute, but not super, super greasy. This is like, this is a good option. I really, really like this. Okay, next let's move on to the Ilia one. So this Ilia one, this is the Super Serum Skin Tint, and this is SPF 40. Now this, okay, first of all, my hands have so much product on them. I'm trying to like be clean, but like that ain't happening. Why'd I wear yellow? Not yellow. Why'd I wear white for this video? So this is the Ilia Skin Tint. Now, I have two shades in this. I have the shade ST13 and ST12.75. My biggest gripe with this product is the shade options. Like, you guys, I can't. I just feel like the shade options are not where it's at, really. So this is, I'm gonna shake these really quick. With the more liquidy ones, I always recommend shaking it first, because you never, I don't know. I feel like you gotta shake up those tints in there. So this is the shade 13. This is the first one I got, and I found that this was like way too warm for me. It like, as you can see, it like, it definitely is more on the orange side. I'm gonna blend this out just so you can see. It isn't a terrible match, but I feel like it definitely needed to be like neutralized a little bit. On my face, I kind of looked like a carrot. This is like just really orange on me, and I love this skin tint, to be clear. Like, this is so good. It makes my skin look so freaking like, it's so pretty, dewy gorgeousness, but the shade range, I just couldn't find a good match. And then this is, I'm gonna wipe half my hand off so that I can put the shade 12.5 on. Let's shake this. Okay. I feel like it's just like, I mean, this is crazy. Like, how are these variations of each other? Do you see how light that is, you guys? It's just so, like, oh my god. I can't with the shade range. That really bothered me about it, but that's okay. I'm going to mix them together now just so you can kind of see. So when they mix together, they're not that bad. They definitely, like, balance each other out, but I wish there was, like, an actual in-between of the two. But I digress from that. I really like this. So this is SPF 40. I don't feel like I get flashback with this one either. I feel like it sits really nicely on the skin. It's definitely very light coverage, but you can kind of build it up, but you definitely aren't going to be covering everything, but it gives you a really, really nice finish to your face and to your complexion. These are really, really nice. I will say, I feel like this component kind of drips a lot. This one also drips a lot. I feel like the other ones I don't really have that issue with the other ones. But this one, you definitely have like some drippage. It's not a bad thing. It's just something to know for when you're traveling, specifically to like pack it so that like when you open it isn't like a complete mess. But although the components kind of drip a lot, I really, really enjoy the finish of this. Like, skin looking snatched, looking dewy, looking glass-like, a nice SPF on this. I just really, really, really like how it looks. Like, look at this finish. It's definitely more on the dewy side, but I don't know. Again, I like that dew. I want to look really, really young, and it gives me that like really youthful look to the face. I feel like as you get older, that's like what your goal is, to just look like eternally youthful, or at least that's my goal. Okay, next we're moving on to sticks, and then we're wrapping this video up, you guys. getting through this. I feel like this is a long video because I have a lot of skin tints, but I want to make sure I'm comparing them all. And then we're at the end of this, we're going to do like my favorites and all that stuff. So let's get into it. I feel like you guys can probably guess from other videos like which ones are my favorite, but first things first, let's talk about the Westman Atelier. What is this called? The foundation stick, Vital Skin Foundation Stick, and I I wear the shade Atelier IX. I also have the shade X somewhere, but I lost it, but that one is another nice match. This is good for me in the winter, and the other one is more of my summer shade. So this is, you can see it here. So this is the Westman Atelier one. I would say that this is a really interesting product because you can wear it under your eyes. She kind of recommends to kind of pinpoint around the face with this. This doesn't have to be like a stripe around the face and be like a full foundation. For me, I like to wear it like that as a full foundation, and I find that I like it, but she kind of says like kind of dab around the face where you need coverage. You can wear it under your eyes. This isn't my favorite one for under the eyes. I have another one that I'm going to talk about that is my favorite under the eyes. This one just doesn't, if you don't have really dark circles, you might really, really enjoy this under your eyes. But like, honey, baby sweetie, like my under eye circles, they're dark purple. They just are. They just are, they just are, they just are. And so like, this kind of has a more light coverage. I'm gonna kind of blend this out. I really like the consistency of this because I feel like this gives me a really nice natural finish to the skin, but as it like goes on throughout the day, it gives me more plump, more dewy, more like youthful looking skin, and I really like that. I really, really like this for travel. I really like that this is like a really easy grab and go product if I need a little extra coverage under the eyes. This is, I can still grab this. It just isn't my favorite because I like something more full coverage because I have really, your girl's got some dark circles, like never looks awake. I don't know if I'll ever look awake ever in my lifetime. Like, I feel like in high school, I didn't look awake. In college, I definitely didn't look awake. And I definitely don't look awake now. Like, just always tired. So I'm always looking for something that's a little bit more full coverage and also doesn't, like, settle into my creases. This doesn't settle into my creases a ton, but it does ever so slightly. But I really, really, really enjoy this. And I think this is definitely something I'm going to repurchase. I really wish I had the other shade, but that one is a really nice match too. I really enjoy that one. It's a little bit warmer, which I really like. I like to just have warmth to my skin. Sometimes it just looks a little crazy if it's too neutral. I really enjoy these. Highly recommend. Definitely worth checking out. And although they're pricey, I think if you're the type of person that likes amazing packaging and you, I don't know, it's all personal preference, but I do really enjoy this. I also really, you know, I've enjoyed a lot of their products. Their blush, I love their blush, like their, what's this? The shade I have is Chouchette, and I really, really like it. I want to get more of their shades because I just feel like they melt into the skin so nicely and they're so easy for travel. That's what I love. I love stuff that's easy for when I'm traveling. Not that I'm traveling a lot. I don't know where the heck I think I'm traveling to. But like, it's really nice and easy for travel if I'm staying overnight somewhere or something like that. Okay, next. All right, let's go here. So this is the Merit Beauty, and these are the foundation sticks. So I have two shades here. I have the shade Buff, which is the one I wear all over my face and under my eyes, and then the shade Sand, which I use for some brightening under my eyes as well. So I'm gonna swatch these for you. I really, really like this. So these are nice for all over the face, don't get me wrong, but my preference is for this, like, jeez, how do I open this? Oh, here we go. Pulling at the wrong side. These, I would say, I prefer for under the eyes. They just do not settle at all into fine lines. I don't know what kind of hocus pocus magic is in this, and I don't find when I wear any mascara or anything that I have any issues with running or flaking, and that is pretty impressive to me. So these are the shades. So I have the shade, here we go. This is a really good match for me. I mean, you can see, you can barely see it. So this is the shade Buff and this is the shade Sand, and I like to use a little bit of Buff under my eyes, blend it out with my finger or a sponge, whatever it is. It works well with anything. It really works well. And I also really like this for like pinpointing around the face. Like if I had a mark here, I have marks here. It really, really is such good coverage. Like, it is crazy. These are really, really good. Now, this is like a small packaging, and I definitely think they're expensive for how much you get, but I would say it's worth it. I mean, for me, it's worth it because it gives me the coverage other things don't give me. And sometimes liquid concealers just like do not they're not up to snuff, you guys. They're not up to the task at hand. And this really, really does cover my marks really well, especially if I should have grabbed the brush, the It Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Number 7 brush, the like concealer side of it, and I just kind of like touch the top and then like pinpoint around my face. It just does such a good job at covering, and they are so, so pretty. And they are nice and creamy. It's just like the best. They have a really nice finish to the face too if you really like to use it for all over the face. I like something that's a little bit more liquid for all over the face. I feel like this is pretty. I've used it, I've worn it, I'll still wear it. I just prefer something like this for pinpointing and under my eyes, and then using something that is, you know, like these two are a great match, the Ami Collet and the Merit Beauty Foundation Concealer Sticks. These are a really good match. I mean, it matches well with all of these. These also sit really well together. I really, really, really like these. Like, they're just so freaking good. And I didn't think I was gonna like them, to be honest, because I don't, like, both of these, I like don't normally love foundation sticks. I feel like they just don't, they're either like too emollient or not emollient enough. Like, I don't have, like, they don't always have a great consistency. For me, this is really good. I also find that this is way more high coverage than this one. This, I would say, is more light to medium. This you can definitely build up and get the coverage you need, especially sometimes I get like really, really, really dark, like color of my hair dark, hyperpigmentation marks all over my face. And this does a really good job at covering them and at least toning them down. Sometimes with hyperpigmentation, because they tend to be on me, and I know for a lot of people more on the dry side, you can still kind of see them because dryness is just dryness. And it's hard to kind of, it not to like look flaky, but these do a really good job, and I don't find that they cling, which is nice. Really, really good. I really, really like these. My overall favorite forever of life. Like a true skin tint, I would have to go again, the Ami Collet personally, and then the Tower 28. I just feel like they give me exactly what I need for my skin tints. Now, concealer wise and all of that, it's got to be here. I don't feel like I always get, like, even when I'm using like a full coverage foundation, I've used the Lawless foundation. I've done a review on that if you want to see, but the Lawless foundation, even with that is supposed to be full coverage, I find it to be more medium to buildable to full, but I would say it's like full coverage. Even with that, I need like a little bit of extra something, and like this is really good for that. So yeah, that is it for my Clean Beauty Skin Tint kind of roundup collection review. I would love to know, have you used any of these? If you have, which is your favorite? And if you haven't used any of these, or have I like intrigued you into purchasing any of these, I would love to know down below. Also, please leave a comment down below on any other videos that you want to see. I would love to know. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.